guys, Janelle here from Nellie Belly. Today I wanted to show you a quick little dish that I prepare often for my family. It's about 5 ingredients and it takes about 20 minutes. I can use multiple different variations depending on what I have in my refrigerator, and so I thought it would be a great one to show you how to do. First, today I want to tell you what you need. You're going to need a pasta. I'm using fettuccine today and I've already got it started and it's boiling over there. A thin pasta goes faster, and you can also try to sneak in a whole wheat pasta or something like that for your kids. So you're going to want a pasta. Get your pasta started and get it going while you're working on your sauce. And your sauce is going to be composed of about 5 ingredients. You're going to want to have a wine. We always have leftover wine because I don't drink enough on my own. I'm using a Pinot Noir. Not sure if I said that correctly. Lynette, are you
Pinot Noir. It's Pinot Noir.
Whatever it is wine. I don't need to know. Okay, it's a red wine. You can use a red wine, or you can use a white wine, or you can use butter. I prefer to use wine because it makes it a much lighter version, but use whatever you prefer. The only one you don't want to use would be like a Moscato, like a dessert wine. Don't use that. So you're going to use wine. You're going to use cream. I have a little bit left of whipping cream and half and half, and then grabbed both of those. I like to use half and half because it's lighter. You're also going to use tomatoes. I have 2 leftover tomatoes from BLTs we had the other day, so we're going to use those. I like to use fresh parsley. You could use cilantro if you wanted to. And we're going to use garlic, and you can use garlic salt or garlic powder. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get a pan going. We want it nice and hot, and you want it to be a non-stick pan. And we're going to get that going hot. If you're going to use butter, go ahead and put the butter in right away. Otherwise, we're going to put our tomatoes in right away. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those tomatoes in and get them going immediately. So the first thing you want to do is get your tomatoes going, because we want our tomatoes to reduce down a little bit so that they pull together a nice sauce. I'm not a pro tomato cutter. Doesn't matter, it's all just how it tastes, so we're going to be good. Okay, so again, if you wanted to, you could add in any vegetables. You could add in onion, you could add in, I know people add celery. I'm not a celery fan for this. Mushrooms work great in here. Leek are fantastic. You could, I don't know, any of your vegetables that you want to get rid of, go ahead and pop them in here. So once you get your tomatoes going in here, I'm almost done. Hopefully those were cut up nicely. Alright, you want to get this going hot right away. And I'm using this funny little pan here, so we'll see how it goes. And then you're going to take and put about 1/4 cup of wine at the bottom of that pan with those tomatoes, and get those tomatoes cooking up. I'm going to stir my pasta. Did I completely disappear out of the face of the...
No, you're still there.
Ooh, you can still see me. Alright, give this a quick little stir and hope it comes up to heat. And while that's coming up to heat, we're going to go ahead and get our garlic going. Hopefully this is garlic I had from some scampi I had done some time ago. And so I need to get this used up. So this garlic is not looking so good, but hopefully we can grab just a couple cloves off of here. So we want to use probably about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic is what you're going to want to have. And I have my handy dandy little press here. And go ahead and put that right into your sauce. And so you want about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. Depends on how much garlic you like to use. It's all personal preference. I like it nice and garlicky. This one's not so happy. And so because my garlic here isn't looking so good, I'm going to go ahead and grab some garlic salt and use that instead. So we'll go ahead and put a little garlic salt in there instead, because I want to have plenty of garlic. Alright, and then we're going to be using fresh parsley. My little boy Levi, he has a garden and he likes to grow parsley, and then he sells it back to me. Go figure. So I buy him the parsley, and then he sells it back to me. He's got a great deal there going, I bet. Alright, so now we're going to just chop this parsley down a little bit. So we have a nice handful. We're going to save some out for the top of our dish because it looks pretty. And we're going to put the rest of it right into our sauce. And get this going. Give our pasta a stir. Okay. Now we want to get the sauce going a little bit faster so it doesn't take quite so long. So I'm just going to quick give it a little cover, get that baby going. It's going to heat. Remember that thing doesn't come up very hot. All right. Okay, so this is boiling. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's starting to boil. So we just want to make sure everything gets stirred in nice and good. Nice and good. Put in a little bit of salt and pepper. We don't need to get this boiled down too far because we want those tomatoes to be fairly fresh. Just boil it down a little bit. By the time our pasta is done, we'll be able to time to finish up the sauce. So we're boiling that down. Some of this mess out of here. And if you want to, if you need to have thin your sauce out and have a little bit more stretch, go ahead and add a little bit more wine to it or a little bit more butter to give it more liquid. If you need to get that stretched out, you can add another tomato. Whatever works for you. This is going to be enough for about 4 people. If you needed to add more tomato or more liquid, go ahead and get more 6 to 8 people. Alright, let's see how our pasta's doing. Almost done. This, you can put meat in it. You could put sausage in it. You could, beans. I've put white beans in it, which is not meat, but it's a protein source. But generally, this is just going to be tomatoes and garlic and parsley. Okay, so now we got this boiled up really nice. The tomatoes are a little bit translucent in here. They've kind of gotten rid of most of their liquid. We don't want to go much further than that. So let's finish this baby up. We're going to take our cream, and we're going to take a whisk. Where's my whisk? There's a whisk. Whisk. We're going to push aside some of the tomatoes so we get our liquid. Most of our liquid. Let that boil up a little bit. You're going to put about 1/4 cup of cream in. I'm only going to put about 1/3 right now because I didn't use as much wine. But
1/3 is more than 1/4.
1/3. 1/8. Thank
Okay.
you. So we're going to put a little bit of cream in there. Give it a good whisk. Let that heat up a little bit. Can you see the color there?
Yep.
It's a nice pretty color. And then let that boil. And of course you need to thicken it. How do you thicken it? Do you know how?
Flour.
Good job. Alright, so I'm going to go into the secret part of the kitchen that you can't see, where I talk to the camera. And I'm going to get flour. So I have just a little bit of flour. The trick here is that you can either put it directly into your sauce. I do because I don't care what my family thinks if there's lumps in there. If you don't like to do that, what you can do is take a glass, put a little bit of cream into the glass, put a little bit of flour into the cream, mix that whole mixture up, and then you will be able to pour that directly into your wafer nice. So you get yourself a little bit of a paste. Alright, so we got our thickener. We're going to put it directly into the sauce. Make sure that your sauce is boiling a little bit. Whisk it in there. As much as you think you're going to need. Mine's a little thick. And it's going to thicken up as it sits there. I want it to be just a little bit thicker. Come on. My paste got a little thick there. Alright, so now our sauce is finished. So we got this pretty pink tomato, basil, garlic, wine sauce. You'll see how beautiful that looks. Alright, so yours a little bit than that, but I'm going to try to do fast here, so put some on your plates. Put a little sauce onto that. Make sure you get plenty of tomato deliciousness on there. And a little parsley on top of that. Maybe even some Parmesan cheese, and there you go. Fast, easy dish. See, we're sitting here doing nothing. Everything is done. See? We're sitting here looking cute. This is all. See me looking cute?
No, I don't. I don't see any cuteness.